guys, welcome back to Ashar Books. Today I'm going to be talking about books that I think would be a great read for a trip. So this could be like a car ride, a car journey, it could be a plane ride, anything like that, any kind of trip. So I know that the summer is kind of more your typical like road trip season, but with the holidays coming up, I know a lot of us are traveling to visit family and friends. And I know for me, I had a couple trips and I was just away for a trip, and it kind of got me thinking, what books would I recommend to someone who is going to be traveling? For myself, it's not really a specific genre that I'm looking for. It's more I'm looking for something that's going to really grab me and keep my attention and just really kind of enamor me with the characters and the storyline, because I get distracted like on a plane or in a car or something like that. Like if it doesn't really grab me and it's more of a like deep read or like a very thoughtful read, it's not going to really be good for a road trip for me or for a trip period for me, because I'm just not going to be focused on that. I'm going to be focused on something else. And so these are some of the books that I thought would make great trip reads that just kind of grab your attention. So the first thing I want to suggest is a series. So this one is Shatter Me. So I think a series like Shatter Me would make a great road trip read or plane read, because there's more than one. So if you get attached, you can just download the next one on your phone or your Kindle, or if you have one of those. And the second one is that this book really grabbed me. Like, this one's pretty short. This is the first one. Granted, I did like the second and third one better, but I still think if you start reading this series on a trip, especially if you have like a lot of long car journeys or long plane rides, this would be a great series to really just catch your attention. I think if you haven't read this series, you're missing out. There's gonna be more in the series, so definitely go grab this series for your next trip. The next suggestion is another YA series, and that is The Conspiracy of Us. I recently read this over the summer, and I think it would just make a really fun trip read, because it's all about like adventure and figuring out clues and kind of a mystery. I didn't read this on a trip, I was at home, but I do think because of the way it kind of leads you on and you have to keep figuring out these clues, I think it would make a really good trip read and it would really grab your attention. I loved the characters. The romance was really, really sweet in this series. So if you want more of a YA series that you think would grab your attention, definitely check out The Conspiracy of Us. And there's 2 more books in this one as well. So same thing for Shatter Me. If you really like it, you can just download the next couple of books or bring them with you if you want to. The next one is any book by Jennifer Armentrout, I'm gonna say. And this is I really want to suggest, I guess, Obsidian by her, which is the first in the Luck series, which is probably my favorite book by her. I don't know if I could say favorite book, but it's my favorite YA series from her. And this is a big book, but you can buy the smaller one. I don't know if you can still buy it, but you can definitely download just the first book on your Kindle or your Kobo, whatever you have. And I love her books because they suck you in, and they are like addicting. And that's what I've always said about her books, and I think they would make fantastic reads for a trip. I'm pretty sure I might have read the first couple on a trip because I read them so long ago, I don't remember. But for some reason, as soon as I thought of, trip books, this was the first one that popped in my mind, because I think I did read the first 1 or 2 on a trip, on a plane or in a car or something like that. But yes, if you haven't read this series, I highly recommend picking up the first book, Obsidian, on your next trip. I think it will really suck you in. Katie and Damon are such fiery and just like witty characters that they really suck you in and don't want to let you go. The storyline in the first one is a little bit slower, but it's fast-paced enough that I think you would keep up with it on a trip. My next suggestion is if you want something a little more on the romance side, and that is How to Date a Douchebag, The Studying Hours by Sarah Ney. I've talked about this series before. I really, really love this. It's not really a series, it's more of companion novels about like a group of friends. This is so funny that the only problem with reading this on a trip, like on a plane, is that you're gonna laugh out loud and people next to you are gonna give you kind of funny looks. But I still think that this one is really funny. The writing was so witty, and you really, really were rooting for these characters the whole time. If you need a just really touching but also hilarious kind of romantic comedy for a trip, definitely look at this one. Last suggestion are any book by Lisa Kleypas. So she writes mostly historical romances. She does have some contemporaries as well, but I haven't read those. The first one in the Wallflower series, which is Devil in Winter, and this one is the first one in her Hathaway series, which is Mine Till Midnight. Either one of these would make great trip reads. They are just the best characters. I think that's what really draws me in for Lisa Kleypas's writing. you just fall in love with every set of characters she writes. And it's historical romance, so you kind of feel like you're in a different world already. For me, like, I had a car trip and I was reading historical romance, not one of Lisa Kleypas's, but for me, historical romance, just, I think that's why I like them so much. They just kind of take you to a different place the same way like a fantasy novel does, and for me, that makes the trip just go so much faster than necessarily more contemporary reads. So I tend to love reaching for something a little more historical when on a trip, and I think her books would be a great choice for you. Okay, so those are all of the kind of selections that I made, or suggestions I guess, for books to pick up on your next trip, whether plane or car. I think any of these would be really just addicting reads that will keep you sucked into the book and not paying attention to how long you've been sitting in a car for. I also just want to take a second to say thank you so much to everyone who subscribed recently. I recently went over 100 subscribers, and I'm just so thankful for all of you guys. I've absolutely love starting this channel, getting to know you guys. I love talking to you guys in the comments. Definitely feel free to always leave a comment or ask me anything about the books or anything like that. So thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing, and I hope that you enjoy the videos that are coming, and I have definitely enjoyed making them so far. It's been a really fun hobby, and yeah, that's all I wanted to say. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you haven't subscribed and you would like to, please subscribe or like the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.